First, you just have to get a store that is empty, and you just talk to the owner in order to rent you out.
How much?
And they told this other Uganda told me English, and then they blocked me. In that market of Kenyans yet, I had Kenyan friends, but I had never marketed a photo or an idea to them. One dangerous thing is when you start telling people what they have to do. Talked about, she stressed how much that they were inviting her to the White House. Yeah, they had people crip walking on the NFL halftime show. Did in the Uber from Embakasi to Umoja.
Yeah, I saw that.
I already established my reputation in Papa, that I'm not a party boy, I'm not a club guy. I think here it might be a little more dangerous. Thinking?
Which one are you?
Asking your name. What is your name?
Oh, Matthew.
Matthew.
Yeah.
I'm here at Umoja, so I'm heading to Buruburu. Me and my friend Mark, we are going to show you around the estate. Buruburu is a housing estate within Nairobi city, which is inhabited by lower middle class people, and the estate was designed in 1974. It is located 8 kilometers outside the Nairobi Central Business District. So Buruburu initially was built for middle income populations during the 1970s and the 1980s. It was occupied by Kenyan business people, government officials, professionals, and a few expatriates on a short-term assignments. The estate has been built on an area historically associated with low-income groups, but prior to the establishment of the estate, the post-colonial government had built some rental housings that predominantly attracted high-income groups. So Buruburu Estate was established to abandon rental housing policy in favor of home ownership through tenant purchase and mortgage programs. So the program was based on 5 phases and took 10 years to complete in 1983. So Buruburu has a wide range of infrastructure, including medical institutions, banks, educational institutions, churches, a mall. There are 3 main roads: the Robai Road, Jogoo Road, and Mumia South Road, which most of the Buruburu residents use on a daily basis. So Buruburu is known as one of the richest areas in the Eastland side. Basically, this day, myself and my friend Matt went on a stroll around the estate, and actually it was his first time here, so I was showing him around, and it is not a big estate, so join us as we show you a small tour around this estate. Enjoy and subscribe, like this video, share with your friends, and see you on the next adventure, guys.
Many syllables. We learn a lot about the West. But do they learn about Africa too?
I've said this on camera before. I believe that the reason why they suppress knowledge about Africa and positive imagery is because if people with assets from the outside come here, they're going to say, what the fuck is this trash? Where the fuck is the pavement? Why are we walking on dust? Why are you extorting this woman for pussy for a job? Why are you hosting fake job interviews? My point is, I think things might start to be held accountable, and it would mess up the game for some people that are in power, So as far as your question, do Americans learn about Africa? Is somewhere in West Africa, people were taken to work on our plantations, and then we freed them in the middle 1800s.
You freed them.
That's basically what we learned.
You freed us, or we fought for that freedom?
No, it was the North and the South that fought against. There were black soldiers, and fun fact, there were black soldiers that fought on behalf of the Confederacy. Now somebody might be like, well, they were forced to fight. There's still proud black people that fly the Confederate flag in America today.
Okay.
And Diamond just made controversy. Diamond from Tanzania?
Yeah, you know that guy.
because he did a cowboy-themed music video in a bar with Confederate flags.
I saw that.
And I thought it was going to get big, so I right away went to the internet where I knew I was going to find evidence, and I took every picture I could to host my argument if this thing got big. Somehow it didn't get big, but there are many proud
But I think
black
he was
Southerners in
innocent.
America.
Maybe he didn't understand what it meant.
I don't know.
I don't think he understood whatever it meant.
He probably didn't know, but whoever set up that production did not have good intentions. They had people crip walking on the NFL halftime show.
Yeah.
And people died behind gangbanging. We're talking about thousands of black men dead. And now we're glamorizing this because Snoop Dogg's on stage and he wasn't even a real crip. It's really sad.
Yeah.
And as far as Tupac, he changed his story so many times on what happened with Pac in his rapport with Pac. Him and Pac had fallen out whenever Pac died that night.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Snoop Dogg did it, but he knows what the hell happened. If you want to be that big, that powerful, and let's say also black, and have that much influence, do you think you get to be honest and real?
Not really.
No, they assassinate the real ones. They assassinate the real ones, and I can't stand. How did I get on Snoop Dogg? How did I get on? So, back to your question. They don't teach us anything about Africa.
They don't.
When they mention slaves, they don't say Togo, they don't say Ghana, they don't tell us about the Ashanti tribe. They don't mention
They
Cameroon.
mention about our heroes, the presidents.
Oh, nothing.
They don't.
No, we learn your history so much.
Really?
Yeah.
You're the first person to tell me that.
We do that
Yeah, in
from
the
primary
books.
level.
Up
Then
to high
when you
school.
get to secondary, we have history subjects.
Do they
do
teach
that.
you about our presidents too?
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
They do.
Which ones?
Yeah.
Even our own Barack Obama. Right?
This guy hates Obama. I don't know why.
We're gonna interview about this. I think he's the worst thing that's happened to us. Actually.
Why? Why are you saying so?
What about
Is it because
what
he's
about
black?
Trump
No, it's nothing about his
and
country.
Trump?
Okay.
Huh?
Donald Trump.
I support him.
Support
But
him.
I still don't know. I've been saying this the whole time that I've supported him, which I didn't support him from the beginning. But the whole time that I have supported him, I said he either has our back or he's a very good actor.
Trump.
It's one or the other. I voted for Obama the first time, but I can't be, I'm not loyal to a tribe and I'm not loyal to a color. And that's where a lot of people have gotten in trouble with Obama because some people still love him because they never followed his policy.
Yeah.
They never followed their policy. And as far as gayisms, who cares who has sex with who? But whenever it's injected into a society and it's more important than the other history that's been ignored for a long time, you have to understand and accept that that is destroying families. And if we're going to talk about like the imprisonment of young black boys, how can we talk about that but not acknowledge the lack of the father? One dangerous thing is when you start telling people what they have to do.
Sure.
I don't have to like you. I don't have to respect you. It's only an entitlement that can like make somebody truly believe that you can't legalize love. Is my point. You can't criminalize hate. You know, I think like me personally as an American, I have a lighter stance on gayisms than a lot of Kenyans will have. I have both of my step siblings are gay. And they came out that they were gay in the 1990s when it was not socially acceptable yet. However, this politicizing of the matter, where it's trying to mandate acceptance, it's a very slippery slope. It starts with one small thing and it slides into another. And here is the example that I'll give of that. Gay has been socially acceptable in America for a long time. Now we have transgender women, actual men, competing as a woman against women in sports and taking first place. Right now there's a couple trending stories about it, but this has been happening for a while.
They even competing in fashion, you know, and they dress so nice even compared to us, you know.
Well, because they got to take that extra effort.
You even get scared, like this guy, what if he comes across my boyfriend? He can take your boyfriend.
Oh my God. He can only take your boyfriend if your boyfriend...
And I don't know why they're so perfect even in their body, you know. I don't know how it happens. a guy can decide to be a woman and he becomes so perfect even in his dressing.
Well, and you know, and there's women that, you know, like lesbian women that present as men.
Yeah, sure.
And they look very much like a boy.
And they look so much like a boy, and they're so handsome even.
Yeah, well, they look like pretty men.
Yeah,
you know, the studs. We call them studs.
Studs, sure.
Yeah. So they look like a handsome lady, or vice versa. You know, it's
handsome lady.
it gets confusing. There's a handsome lady and then the pretty boy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's confusing. But now it's come to a point now where they're trying to teach it to kids, like starting at age 5 and 6 in America. Why do you have to discuss sexuality with a child? And what a lot of people are accusing that to be, and I agree, is they are grooming young kids for sexuality and even sexual abuse.
I'm planning to open a ladies shop.
A ladies shop.
That will be, I think, God willing, on next year.
Next year?
Yeah. Men's, because ladies definitely they don't really need that price.
Prices, yeah, they say it's so expensive for them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I just have to go for men who normally go with like something. If you get something at a cost of 500, you sell them at the cost of 1,000.
Menswear.
Normally,
because I expect you to have
competition.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because a man has to dress nicely.
He has to stand out.
Yeah. So when it comes to ladies stuff, man.
For ladies,
ladies is very cheap. You do get a cost of maybe 200 bob. Profit to make a profit of 100 bob.
It's the same in US.
Sorry?
Ladies' clothes in US are always
it's way cheaper, right?
The reason is because more ladies are buying. It's higher volume.
They are buying, but
the profit is not worth it.
Not worth it. Yeah, me, I do prefer men.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of profit.
Profit.
Me, I'm at this place, Nikiuza, like 3 staff. Me, I'm good. I can even close the shop and story mingi.
About the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, education. So normally even to operate. But I think next year I'll try to ladies. I think that's more profit will add up.
Yeah,
it will just go for savings and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kama nimpige dis.
Usimpige dis. Usimpige dis, haina noma.
Asini dis. Cheki si dis ufala. Yaani ile dis at least.
Gani hiyo?
Ukimwambia atasikia vibaya ama asikie poa.
Anajua tu Kiswahili kiasi sisi.
Asikie vibaya ama asikie poa, si ndio?
Unaweza jaribu.
Kama nimuongelesha kidogo. Huyu nani? Uti nani? Huyu jamani zaga Chelsea.
Anauzanga nini?
Chelsea.
You know me. Chelsea what?
Si team Chelsea nasikia anauza hiyo Chelsea team anauza. Si huyu.
Hebu confirm na yeye kama ni yeye.
Ni huyu, si ndio?
Anakaa kama yeye. Uko sure?
Hebu acha nichapie kazi yeye. Joma, umeka sana hapo Joma. Pia time yangu.
Mpatie tu time yake, ina noma.
Lakini
kama staff ama.
Amaze mbaya sana. Matisho zako. Hadi umdema kwa zake pale hivyo mbema.
Pia.
Zako kwanza pale pengine safi. Palazo yako safi tu. Ukienda pale kwao, endo warombose huko hapa tuliza hapa.
This guy wants to talk to you.
Hey.
Habari, niko sawa.
I'm good. Oh.
Anajua mwenzi.
Joma tuko best. Okay, you best.
Sema tena.
Uko best.
Uko
best.
You good yani.
You good.
Best, kabisa.
Yeah,
you say uko best.
Yeah.
Uitwa nani wewe?
Uto
Majina zako rada.
What is your name?
Matthew.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt Diamond.
In which country?
My
US.
US.
Yeah.
US.
Yeah.
Matthew, unapigwa na sola hapa Kenya.
Stressful country.
Yeah?
Yangu.
Unapigwa na sola hapa Nyake.
Yeah. I don't know that one.
Oh, okay.
Electricity. Kenya.
Unapigwa na sola hapa Kenya mjamaa.
Oh, the solar.
Yeah. Sheng mazi. Mtu kujua Sheng.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh, you do want to know Sheng?
No, I'm slowly learning the Sheng.
You don't know Sheng?
I was in Coast learning Swahili, and now I'm in Nairobi. It's all in Sheng, so I get lost.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Kwa ni kupoa. Tunchi kwa huko mazi.
Yeah, you know.
Anyway, mazi.
Mazi.
Anyway, mazi. I'm John.
Yeah.
I'm a Kenyan.
Yeah.
I'm African.
From Wapi?
Huh?
Where in Kenya are you from?
Nairobi.
You're Nairobi. All your life.
No. I have my sense all.
Yeah, what?
You're not getting mother nigga.
Sorry, bro.
Yangu pia.
Nyanza. Okay, maziwa kidogo
Save to Felix. Ama
You're the first person to tell me that.
Huh?
You are the first person to tell me that.
Oh, you don't know?
I didn't know there was
Felix.
mixed. I didn't know
Yeah,
it was
unaweza
mixed.
say Felix. Ama DJ Twist Kenya. Yani kwanga DJ kitambo lakini sasa.
No, I've been in Kisumu.
Really?
As far as like random discoveries, yeah.
Because of the art.
Yeah, it's all the art. You got the fish tanks.
Unajanga art inakwanga na meaning. Art has a meaning.
Yeah,
Every
the
art.
art's not cliche.
Yeah.
It's not just like typical African landscape. You know? Like this is 2 rabbits wrestling. Yeah.
When you look at art,
There's always significance in
it must
art.
communicate something.
Depends with the art.
Now this one's interesting. The
Uh-huh.
mom holding the baby from the window. This one. Very interesting. And I remember the kid must have tried to jump out the window. Like, hey.
And this one with no face.
Yeah. And I love how he dripped the black down the face.
And this one is kind of nude. It's kind of nude.
Yeah, it's a nude. It's an implied nude. It's in the photography world we call it implied nude. So it's like the model's nude, but you pose in a way to cover the private parts. I dig it. And I wasn't ready to buy, but I did it because they were so insistent. I was like, those guys know how to close a sale. And people thought I was trolling, they thought I was joking, but my story was totally innocent and serious. I got abused, you know? like there was one Maasai lady like, keep my tribe out of your mouth. And like, all these, I was like, what are you talking about? You know?
I just thought I was supposed to.
Yeah, I actually went back and edited the post, and I put in parentheses about Maasai, and I said, rumor has it Kikuyu. I put that in parentheses, you know? So then people are really laughing, but I was just trying to be accurate, you know? It was very innocent, very innocent. I hadn't learned.
I love Kenyans. Kenyans can big.
Yeah, I hadn't learned the internet market of Kenyans yet. I had Kenyan friends, but I had never marketed a photo or an idea to Kenyans online yet. So once I learned that market, shit, don't let me learn the game, because I'm gonna run with it. Like that's just like my personality, you know. So now whenever I post, like I know what I'm saying. I won't even say I'm careful, I'm strategic. Even whenever I post and I think I'm still saying something innocent or fine and good, somebody will still find a way to get mad about something I said. So it's just a very kind of a volatile, you know, digital place. Well,
So we are strolling in the Buruburu, and right now we're heading to Phase 5. Me and Matt and our friend here, Claire.
The same thing in the US.
So yeah, stay
Not with
tuned
all Black Americans.
as we just stroll around the Buruburu area.
Definitely some of them. It's like they're always looking to catch you saying something that they can call racist. And even in dating, I dealt with that more than once. Like, they were just waiting for an opportunity to say that you said something bad about my color. And as you call it, an inferiority complex. If I say an inferiority complex, someone's gonna say white supremacist. You know? Now also, if you said inferiority complex to the wrong group of people, they could call you a coon. So anybody can get it in that game. When it comes to race and sensitivity, or people projecting victim status, you know. And I used to not talk this way. The stuff I'm saying now, I didn't always talk this way, but at some points, I had a breaking point in my relations with the Western melanated people. And I've had some breaking points with Kenyans too, about like what I'll tolerate, and like there's a limit to my niceness. I'm a really nice, easygoing guy, but if you fuck with me or try to spoil my time, Felix, you don't follow me on Facebook, do you?
No, yeah.
I get a friend request from a sexy girl the other day. I accept. The next day, hello in my inbox. Me, hey, how are you? She says, sadly, I'm not doing so well. How are you? I said, I'm just okay. She said, I'm so glad you're doing great. And as soon as she said she wasn't doing well, I knew where this was going. And then her next thing is, I need you to do me a small favor.
Yeah, she needs some favor.
Can you do me a favor? She said, can you do me a favor? And I said, and I said, nope. That was my reply. No. Yeah, she cusses me out.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was all Swahili. Called me a pussy something. But most likely it was a dude anyway.
Yeah,
Probably wasn't even a woman.
There's a lot of catfishers around,
And people think I don't know that. And I said, don't take me for some Mzungu fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I said, speak English. And then they blocked me.
They block you.
Yeah.
The next day they needed money.
Hey.
The same height to do.
It's constant.
Because you see, these online streets, you can meet a lot of different characters, especially catfishers. There's a lot of people who are going to catfish you.
My worst catfish with a woman was in Uganda.
In Uganda?
This girl I chatted with for off and on for months. She came to see me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, she was on bad times. She was on really bad times. Like, she was not taking care of herself.
Yeah.
And she knew it. I don't even know why she came. It was really weird. But then, like, just very unkept. She was very, very unkept. And I was talking to another Ugandan about that. And this other Ugandan told me that particular tribe is known for carrying themselves that way. So apparently, that is who she is as a person in a cultural sense. Hey. And I've been catfished in the U.S. definitely.
Yeah, in the U.S. too.
My worst there was in St. Louis. I went over there on a job. I was in a motel for a couple nights working for this wedding company. And I went and picked up this girl in downtown, and she was strung out on drugs. It was so bad, like, I didn't even know what to do. So when we got back to my hotel, she did not come inside. I refused. It was a liability. She could have too easily robbed me, you know?
She robbed you?
No, she easily could have. Like, I was street smart enough to know that there's some people you don't invite behind your closed door, you know? You know, you fall asleep and they leave with your shit. Steal your car, steal your camera. And it happens here, it happens in Coast.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. A lot of Wazungu get robbed really bad in Coast. And I'm not going to say they're all, it doesn't matter if they're...
Do you drink?
Yeah, I drink. Not a lot, but I drink. What, you're thirsty? You're alcohol? Hey.
Also, you can be easily drunk when you go to these drinks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You have to. And I don't drink a lot. And whiskey or Tuscan. Yeah, but I don't drink big. And even there in Mpwapwa, do you know about Mpwapwa? About the reputation? But my point is, like, I already established my reputation in Mpwapwa. That I'm not a party boy, I'm not a club guy, I'm trying to live a normal life. But people can't allow you to do that. So then they start gossiping you, they make up rumors about you, they call you one famous Zulu, because if you haven't noticed, like the way people like to insult a Mzungu is to talk about him not having money. Because it ties into the stereotype that all Wazungu are rich. Yeah, so why is it just so okay to think that you can just ridicule a white person?
Remember that woman who was selling mandazis along the streets? Mandazis. Kisumu.
Yeah.
Kisumu City. So people are like, why do you put so much, or is it because she's a Mzungu, she's not supposed to sell mandazis? Why are you giving too much attention to that? She's just a normal person.
Yeah.
Why can't you have it in mind that this is a normal person who's going around with the normal accents? Why do you have to put Mzungu? She go back to her country like she has nothing.
So there's a Mzungu lady in Kisumu.
Yeah, who is selling mandazi to support her family. She has a family. She's married to a low guy. So she's selling mandazis in the streets.
And people want to ridicule her for being white and hustling.
It went rampant. It was viral.
That's really pathetic. Yeah. It's very pathetic, man. I don't know. I came from a poor ass family, you know. My grandparents were very poor. By the time I was born, only one of them was left. So I only knew my grandma. That was it. My granddaddy died in like his early 40s. You know, he died with nothing. Grandma died with nothing. Last year, my stepfather died with basically nothing. When I say nothing, I mean like no land, no major assets, no estates. The only thing they died with was the stuff. You know, things you buy at the supermarket or at the store, you know? So, there's just these really unfair stereotypes.
Yours will be different if you play with.
Well, yeah, that's the objective, you know? I think that's the objective of, say, an African person. Maybe they grew up poor, maybe they didn't, because it's not all one thing. But if you grew up with little, a lot of people want to have more. Well, white people are no different. You know, it's just a human story and the human struggle. So it's just really nonsensical and unfair, and in some cases racist to be pushing these stereotypes off onto people. But I'm shocked that people would say like she should go back to her country.
What is she doing here? She needs to go back to her country.
They call them broke.